Hello everyone, this is Naren's Live with MS. I am Naren and it's time for a Truthful Tuesday. And this Truthful Tuesday, I wanted to talk about something that maybe is related to MS or is something that's going on in my head, right? Because the thing I'm going to talk about, and I do want your thoughts about it because I definitely need a little bit of assurance on this side. Is that I tend to think the word I tend to overthink to a point where whatever had to happen or something that I was planning to happen just does not happen now. And there are, of course, certain times where I know for a fact that if I don't think of it that way, that it does end up happening, right? A lot of times I remember, when the issue of my balance came up, in my past, I would generally, if I went in with sort of a negative sort of outlook, I would not be able to balance. But then at times when I said, you know what, I can do it, I actually ended up, balancing, or at least finding just the ample amount of balance I needed to, complete whatever I was doing. I know this, I should probably use something a little more concrete than that, but so I'm going to think of something else, something that I can actually say, something that I can actually prove, something along the lines of, so I think, yes. So at one point in time, I do remember that, fatigue was always there for me. But earlier on, I would just say, fatigue does not exist, right? I do not feel fatigue. And the result of that was that I would walk up to 3, maybe even 4 kilometers at a stretch without actually facing any issues. And then, say the next day, I would do the exact same thing, but I would just tell myself that I'm a little tired, I'm too tired, I don't think I can walk that much. I would not be able to complete it. And the reason I am talking about this is because a lot of times, a lot of what we want to achieve, a lot of things that we want to happen just do not happen. And the reason it does not happen is because we always have that little bit, that little part of our brain that keeps saying it's not going to happen. And I am definitely on, a path, a journey, a lookout, right? Sometimes Control F does not work all the time, but it never works actually. Um, to find that one switch that can turn that one part of my brain that says, this is a doubt and we're going to make that doubt a reality, just turn it off, because it's a lot easier to achieve something when you believe that it is going to happen. So that is what I wanted this Truthful Tuesday to be about, the fact that I never realized that my brain had so much more power than my body ever did. And even if I think about walking now, I'm not perfect by any means, but I'm a lot better at walking now than I was, I want to say, 4 months back. just because I told myself that, I have better balance, I should be able to walk. There isn't a reason why I should not walk. And the reason I say this is because a lot of times when I do watch videos of people who have manifested this, and these are other MS patients who have manifested this, they pretty much say the same thing, that uh, that they didn't believe they had MS, and so as a result, once they were diagnosed, they just kept telling themselves they don't have it, and so nothing really ended up happening with them. And the other thing is, they also believed that whatever issues they were facing or experiencing, it would not happen the next day. And that's a little bit of that's a little truth that I wanted to share, because a lot of times, because one bad thing maybe happened, right? Like tripping and falling. I've tripped and fallen. I tripped and fell once, and then that continued itself, and it actually became a lot bigger of an issue. And now that I don't trip and fall, I suddenly go back to thinking, what has changed? And the only thing that has changed is that I've internalized in myself that if I have to fall, it's going to be it's not going to be because I tripped over myself. So that is one thing that I do want to share with you. I do want to plant the seed in you, and I want your thoughts on what your experience is with this, right? What your um, idea is of maybe programming your own brain in such a way that whatever problem you might be facing, or whatever problem you might have in your body, that it might go away. Now, it is not something that has been proven, but definitely I'd say that one thing that does happen is you feel a little more sure of yourself if you can just tell your brain that if it is something that you were able to do and you can't do right now, that you should be able to do it just because you can think about it, right? And that is the whole idea of neuroplasticity as well, right? That your brain can literally make new connections between neurons if the old connections have disappeared, been damaged, or have pretty much been inactivated, because you have the recollection of doing that one activity, of doing that one thing. So if you keep trying it, you can at the end of the day achieve that, right? You can achieve it with the power of neuroplasticity. So that is one Truthful Tuesday for you. Please do share your thoughts, your insights, your comments, your experiences about how has this actually helped or worked in your favor, or has it actually not helped you or not worked in your favor. And either way, the whole focus of this is to get a conversation started. So please do share your thoughts, do share your insights, do share your comments, your experiences. And with that said, this is Naren Side with MS. I am Naren, and here's wishing you a good night, sweet dreams, and I'll catch you tomorrow. Bye.